in the deep, misty mountains of the Western Ghats. The village of Malgrim held one sacred rule: never disturb the ancient stones. But 17-year-old Arjun had a restless heart, one that didn't believe in old superstitions. While the village elders offered milk to appease the Naga, the powerful serpent spirits, Arjun climbed treacherous cliffs, searching for rare orchids to sell at the market. One humid afternoon, after a fierce monsoon rain, Arjun made a discovery behind a waterfall. It was a shrine, nearly destroyed by a Roxalai. In its center, a stone cobra was pinned beneath a massive granite slab. But this wasn't just a carving. Beside the stone, a real cobra, magnificent creature with scales of molten gold and eyes like rubis, lay trapped and crushed. Any other boy would have fled. But Arjun saw something in the cobra's eyes, not hunger, but pure agony. He whispered, "Hold on," and using a sturdy branch as a leva, he strained with all his might. With a sickening groan, the stone shifted. The golden cobra slid free, bleeding and broken. It looked at Arjun for a long, unblinking moment before vanishing into the ferns. 3 days later, a stranger arrived. Her name was Maya. She was tall, with cinnamon skin and eyes as deep as night. She wore a shimmering gold sai, an unusual sight in the mountains, and walked with a slight, graceful limp. Arjun was immediately captivated. Maya spoke of the forest as if it were a living thing. She knew the name of every hidden spring and understood the language of the wind in the trees. One evening, by the river, she asked him, "Why did you save the snake, Arjun?" Arjun was startled. "How did you know about that?" Maya smiled, a slow, mesmerizing curve of her lips. "The forest has many ears. Most men kill what they fear. You felt the fear, but you chose mercy. Why?" "Pain is pain," Arjun replied simply. Whether it has legs or not. Their peaceful meetings were soon shattered. The local landowner decided to clear the waterfall area for a new timber mill, caring only for profit, not for spirits or shrines. As bulldozers rumbled toward the sacred grove, the air turned ice cold. A low, rhythmic hissing filled the valley, growing louder and louder. From the shadows of the cave emerged a terrifying king cobra, nearly 15 feet long, its hood wide enough to shield a man. The landowner's men panicked and raised their rifles. "No," Arjun screamed, running from the trees. But it was too late. A shot rang out, grazing the great snake's hood. In that instant, the forest erupted. Hundreds of snakes, vipers, krites and cobras poured from the rocks like a river of living scales, ready to defend their home. Arjun threw himself between the gunman and the king cobra. "Stop. You're on holy ground," he pleaded. "Move, boy." The landowner roared. Suddenly, a hand touched Arjun's shoulder. It was Maya. Her skin was unnaturally cold. "Step back, Arjun," she whispered. "You have done enough." As Arjun watched in stunned awe, Maya stepped directly into the line of fire. But as the men pulled their triggers, she didn't fall. Her body began to ripple and shift. Her golden sari fused with her skin, and her legs elongated, winding together into a powerful, shimmering tail. Within seconds, the girl was gone. In her place stood a Nagina, celestial serpent queen. Her upper body was still hauntingly human, but her eyes glowed with terrifying, divine power. She didn't strike the men. Instead, she let out a psychic shriek that sent them to their knees, clutching their heads as visions of the forest's ancient wrath flooded their minds. Terrified, the men fled, abandoning their machines and their greed. The Nagin turned to Arjun, the fury in her eyes softening back into Maya's warmth. "You saved the queen of this temple when she was weak," she said, her voice echoing in his mind. "And today, you tried to save my kin when we were strong." "Maya," Arjun breathed, his heart pounding. She reached out, her fingers touching his cheek. I cannot stay in your world, Arjun, and you cannot follow me into mine. Not yet. She pressed a small, cold object into his palm. It was a Nagamani, a serpent stone, glowing with a soft, protective light. Keep this, she said. As long as you hold it, no venom will ever harm you, and the forest will always provide for your village. With a final, graceful swirl of gold, she glided into the waterfall and disappeared. Arjun became the protector of the forest for the rest of his long life. He never married, but every monsoon, villagers would see a beautiful golden cobra resting on his porch, watching over him as he slept. And in Malgrum, no one ever disturbed the ancient stones. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales from the mists of mythology.